As an introduction for the descriptive test, our purpose as a team is to try to explain you what a descriptive test is all about. Later on this presentation, integrants of this team are going to try to explain things like characteristics, structure, and the type of language that is used in these kinds of text. We hope it will be easy to understand and funny to watch.
Characteristics of a descriptive text. The descriptive text, oral or written, is one of the four basic textual modalities and consists of representing in words the appearance or appearance of a person, animal, object, landscape, emotion, or environment, explaining its characteristics, part of quality. The descriptive text serves to detail an object, a space, a person, or an animal. Describing therefore consists in representing something with words, showing its different parts, modalities, or circumstances. Therefore, describing is like painting with words. There are two fundamental types of description. On the one hand, the objective, in which the object in question is described without including options or evaluations of the author's own, only with unquestionable or universally accepted information, and one and on the other, the subjective, in which the author adds to the description the evaluations or impressions that the objective causes. Step for its composition. Whatever type of description is to be written, its compositions must observe the following phases.
Number 1. Close observation of the object of the description. Normally, it is not possible to make good description without careful observation of what is being described. Is for the sake of description, it had to be remembered. It is very important to make an effort to remember as accurately as possible the details of the object of the text. Number 2. Selection of the most striking characteristics or particularities of the subject of the description. Those that really identify it differentiate from other objects in the same class. Number 3. Sorting of selected materials. For this, a criterion which can be logical, from the general to the particular, of the most important to the least one, or spatial, from right to left, from top to bottom, must be fixed. Number 4. Drafting the text, for which two aspects must be taken into account first. Whenever possible, it is highly recommended to be primarily draft that, after the relevant revision, gives rise to a final version.
The language features of the script text using attributive and identifying process. The process of attributive are considered parts of the social perception. The attribution is the explanation that is elaborate on the cause of the behavior of the other peoples and of the show. The explanation of helps to give sense to handle and the process to process the social words that surround the person. Using adjective and classifiers in nominal group. The nominal group is a set of words that are grouped around a subject. In the nominal groups, the most important word is the noun. Okay, using simple present tense. The conjugate, the simple present, we use the infinitive for the subject I, you, we, and they. For the third person, he, she, and it. We add a s to end of the verb.
Well, finally, we can say that a descriptive text is different from a informative text because it is a text that describes something specific,
not a group of things such as the informative text does. For example, it can describe um, a particular building. For example, the Empire State is the tallest building in the world. It can describe a specific types of animals. For example, the zebra, it has white and black stripes. Mm, it can describe um, places such as, for example, my grandma's house has a big backyard, and for at last it can describe persons, well, people. For example, she has long, brown, straight hair. Thank you. Conclusion. In conclusion, we can say that a solar eclipse is a phenomenon that doesn't really affect us. Well, it could affect us if we see it directly, if we aren't aware of the dangers of the rays that are projected by the sun to the earth while a solar eclipse is happening. But if we use special glasses, nothing should happen to us, and it doesn't really, and it wouldn't really affect us.